Okay, we are going to make a monoprint pumpkin. To do so, you'll need a plastic plate like this. You'll need to make sure you put your name on either a black or a white piece of paper. And then you'll grab an orange brush to paint just the top part of the plate. And you want to spread this on pretty fast because we don't want our paint to dry out before we get to do the print. So you'll notice I'll dip in kind of often, but I want to make sure I don't leave big globs of paint on it, because then that could get pushed into the lines I draw next. Okay, I want to make sure I get these last couple spots here. You only need this top part here, not the edges. So mine looks like it's ready. Okay, then I'm going to set my brush back on my mixing tray. And then I can take my Q-tip here, and I'm going to use this to draw my pumpkin face. You have to push down fairly hard to do each line here, and you can do any kind of lines you want. This is a really fun project to kind of play around with expressions or emotions. You can make some really kind of silly looking pumpkins here. Now, to be honest too, you wouldn't have to just do a face. If you want to maybe make a cool pattern or design on it, you could make it print that way too. So I'm going to add just a couple of eyebrows here real quick, and then we'll see how it turns out. Okay, now I'm ready to print. These Q-tips we are going to reuse, so I'm going to just set it on one of the mixing tray circles here for the next person. And then I'm going to make sure that my name is on my paper before I print. And then I also need you to put your class code. So let's pretend that I'm in Kramer's class, so 3K. Now what I'm going to do is set this on top. Now before I rub, I'm going to very gently flip over my plate like this, because if I rub from the other side, I could potentially break these plates. They're not very strong. But I need to just very gently kind of push down. As I'm pushing down, I need to be careful not to get too close to my lines, because I could easily push paint back into those areas. For some of us, this may be kind of a learning process with these printmaking projects. You may have to try a couple times to really get it to turn out right, because some of us might put the paint on too heavy, you might push down too hard, and then you might lose some of your details. So I really encourage you to try more than one to see if you can get it to turn out like so. And then once you're finished with your print, you can take the green brush at the table with some of the green paint here, and you can paint a little stem. And then I also think it's kind of nice to just paint a little bit of grass on the bottom. This will just kind of, again, complete the picture so our pumpkin's not floating in the middle of our paper. Some of you may want to just wait till it dries too, and then maybe cut it out. But there you have it, a really cool, simple pumpkin print. I also have black paper too, so if you want to try it on that, it turns out slightly different with the black. Okay, but have fun, see what you can do.